Number two is this. Can now can the talking heads that get paid a lot of money to go on a lot of networks and a lot of outlets. First of all, a lot of them did not show up today. I mean, was it a sick day for some of you guys? I'm just asking for a couple friends. Was it a sick day? Can we stop now with the Jalen Hurts nonsense? Can we just stop? It's got to end. And this is coming from a Giant fan, a diehard Giant fan, as you all know. It's got to end. Just stop. I don't want to hear any more nonsense. I don't want to hear any more crap. I don't care about list. I don't care what Chris Sims is coming up with or Coward saying they're not going to move the ball or Lasky. I don't want to hear any of this nonsense anymore about Jalen Hurts. I don't. Because if you continue to slander this kid, if you continue to rip and criticize this kid, it's pretty evident you look like a jackass. You got an agenda. You're pushing your own narrative. You're making 0 cents. All the kid does is win. That's it. That's all this kid does. And I had to listen for years, everyone killing and crushing and killing this kid constantly. Constantly. You know, what was it last year? And I'm not calling out Angel, but one of the comments was, well, he flew to friggin' Seattle by himself. You know, that was the conversation we had at that time. It has nothing to do with you per se. Or he's making these bad decisions, these bad reads, or the kid never smiled. That's his demeanor, man. Yeah, he made a bad throw yesterday. It happens. But he's outplayed Patrick Mahomes twice in the Super Bowl. I don't want to hear this nonsense anymore that Jalen Hurts is not a winner. I mean, and it's really for the talking heads out there. It's really for the talking heads out there that constantly want to piss on this kid. He just wins. What do you want him to do? I told you guys this on Friday. This is exactly what I said, and I was 4 yards off. I said, you know, if Jalen Hurts goes 20 of 25 for 225, and he adds another 50-something yards on the ground, the Eagles win, people are still going to bitch and complain. They're still going to complain about this kid. He outplayed Patrick Mahomes twice. He could have been MVP a couple years ago if they would have won that game. And if you want to sit there and say, you could have gave it to the defense yesterday, a la 2007 and Eli and the Giants and Tuck and Strahan and OC, go ahead. Go ahead. Defense was lights out yesterday. Defense was like Carter, Smith, Williams. They were making plays left and right. Bourne making plays. DeJean making plays. They were flat out balling, but Jalen Hurts is the leader. Jalen Hurts accounted for 3 touchdowns. Jalen Hurts made the throws when he had to. This notion that he can't play or he's not a franchise quarterback, just stop. Stop. Because all you're doing is embarrassing yourself. You're basically coming out and you're pushing your narrative to make sure it sticks. And here's the reality of Jalen Hurts. He's 46-20 as a starter. He could have been an MVP. He's gone to 2 Super Bowls in 3 years. He's won big games. He's outplayed Patrick Mahomes twice. He's worth every friggin' penny of the 5 years, 255. He was drafted as a backup to Carson Wentz, which everyone at the time when I was on the air sat there and said, why are you drafting this kid? He can't play. He was benched in Alabama. This kid's not a winner. He's too small. He doesn't have the heart. He doesn't have the gumption. He doesn't have the toughness. And what does he do? And here's the brilliance. Here's the brilliance of this whole pushing the narrative and trying to just cram it down everyone's throat, which doesn't sit. It just does not sit. That touchdown to Smith yesterday, which basically put the final nail in the Chiefs' coffin. You know what kind of touchdown throw that was? That was a pretty much F you to the haters. That's pretty much what it was. It was F you to the haters. Good for Jalen Hurts. And you know what? Good for Saquon Barkley. Look, it was a horrible week for me.